Top 5 wave plugin. F6 I really use the most often for corrective purposes. It's a great alternative to the FabFilter Pro Q3, but it's cheaper. And what I really like with this one is when you use the dynamic EQing, you have an attack and a release, which is more than the Pro Q. So you can really have a lot of control over, let's say, your transients, or you want to bring that release up on certain frequencies. And the Q can really go from really narrow to really wide. The SSL is my second plugin. The SSL version from Waves I find is really like almost like a harmonic distortion when you're boosting. Most colorful EQs like this, like for example the API and such, they don't have as much control as this one. This one you can really, with the Q, you narrow down on the frequency. The Abbey Saturator, this one you gotta be careful because it can completely change your sound. Maybe you're safer using it on a parallel track. It's not a subtle saturation, it's a really colorful one, and it can bring a poor recording to a really bright one and a really exciting one very quick. I have two modes of saturation I can play with, and the ratio here can determine like the focus frequency of the saturation. Then the CLA-76, I have two modes here. I have the black and the blue one. The black is more, in my opinion, mid-rangey. It kind of darkens up the vocal, but the bluey sounds a bit thicker in my opinion. With the attack and release, this is a very fast compression, so it can really like control. It's good as using as a first compressor for, let's say, vocals. Then I really like to follow with this compressor. The CLA-2A is more like overall compression. If you use it in pair with a fast compressor like the CLA-76, it usually works very well. It's a very tonal compressor as well, kind of more a low-mid presence type of compressor. Those are my 5 favorite Waves plugins.
I had to do it all